Hey guys, Christina Blackfeather here, and I just thought I'd kind of show what I've been doing the last few days. Been working in the yard, which is probably how I partly wrenched my back out. Just been spending the last couple weeks doing stuff. Got a bunch of free irises from people. Don't even know what color they are yet because the person had just moved in and was moving the irises. Got hostas from them too. Got some stuff hanging up, although hard to see the color on this sun catcher. It was something that I had gotten at a thrift store, and it's actually leaded stained glass. It's super heavy, but managed to get a bunch of hostas in. We've got ferns coming up. This is kind of like my natural area right here. I had to fence it off because in the winter the postal workers are just trampling through here instead of going around on the sidewalk where everything's shoveled. And they even tried to tear the fence down this year. Some more hostas there. This will be ferns, hostas. I have a little white garden bench I'm going to set in here. And probably put a table with a planter with some greens or something in it. That hosta came from my mother-in-law. That one right there. A bunch more I put in. Hostas are edible, so they're part of my edible garden. And I found some of my wind chimes. I have some very expensive wind chimes that I didn't put out because I don't want them to get blown away. Our one apple tree is starting to flower. These urban apples are made to be planted close together. They only came out 1 year for sale. They were developed by the University of Minnesota, and they seem to flower like every 2 to 3 years and produce apples. I really have yet to taste one because either the squirrels take them or people walking by take them. So I don't get my apples very much. The old bird bath here has been used by one robin every morning. He's a happy boy or girl, I don't know. This came from a patient's mom. She was moving, so she let me have the bird bath, and I forgot where she got it from, but it's broken up, but it's kind of charming. I really like it. I put those little flowers in. Forgot what they are. Friend's frog. There's a dirty duck. And there's that plastic goose that I said last year and the year before. Kids have even been feeding him corn. And they drop corn off for the poor goose. So I move him around. It's a weird skull thing I found for free at another thrift store. And the little garden stakes, the fairies and the butterfly, were $1 at the Dollar Tree, and they're metal. So I got a few of them and put them up. The lilacs here are rescued from a bush that was in really bad shape, so I don't know if this one's going to make it. I have two that I'm questioning if they're going to make it. One in the front, one in the back. If this doesn't, I lost a little effort. I didn't pay for them, so this one seems to be handling the transition okay, but they've only been in for 1 day, so it's a little early to tell. Yes, I have milk cans. One, somebody did a terrible painting of 3 little pigs on it, but it's charming. I like it. This statue came from a thrift store years ago. I think I paid like $2-3 for it. It's from somebody's pottery class, I think, maybe high school or something. It's signed, but it's really heavy. I can't see the signature on it right now. That's okay. I enjoy it though. Kind of one of my goddess statues. I'll be getting a few more. Person I got the lilacs from, I got some purple peonies from. It looks like my white peonies might not be coming up this year. I have to remove a lot of that tiger lily yet. This week the task is weeding everything, so a lot of this stuff has not been weeded yet. Those are irises I got last year of various colors. I have more little colored flowers in, more of the random irises I don't know, and more hostas for free. These little lilac saplings The one I'm kind of protecting the leaves from the bunnies right now. They like to chew the front leaf on the skinnier one right here. Because it's more within reach, but they leave the back leaves alone. So these are off of our purple variegated lilac, and I'm hoping to propagate them because the white lilac is blooming, but it's we didn't know anything about planting them. So if you have two colors that are too close together, one will just be dominant and decide to take over the other one. So that's what's happening here. The white lilac is starting to bloom already. This one is the purple variegated. The little suckers came off of the purple variegated one. So I'm hoping that I've rescued, that I can get that color transplanted somewhere else. Raspberries are going to get pruned back. I have to pull these suckers, and then I'm putting a border block along here to kind of delineate where this bed is, and I'm not going to let the raspberries grow past that point. I want to get a few more blueberry plants in here. Let's see, I don't know if you can see them on the camera. There they are. They're doing pretty good. I have 3 so far. They're kind of harder to find. The one last year I bought from Walmart, and it's doing really good. So Walmart's a hit or miss most of the time. Little snapdragons. I'm sick of not having color. I don't know what it is. This here, I want to make a squirrel feeder out of this. This was in somebody's yard. They had to cut out a tree that had died, and so this was sticking up out of the ground, and it's pretty well dry now. I just have to wire it somewhere and put seed in it. My asparagus, this is year 2, so can't harvest yet, but some's coming up. There's a little bit coming up there. I had another plant there that I don't think it made it. I have a couple more that are planted, but I don't see anything coming up. So those might not have took, but if they didn't, they didn't. I'll put something else back there then, or just let it go. I just watered everything. This is an experiment. These are onions from my cupboard that didn't manage to get used, and this was another experiment I did. From a single clove of garlic, or single bulb of garlic, I separated out all the cloves, and just, you know, that rough part at the bottom of the clove that you normally take off, you stick that straight down in the dirt, keep it watered, and you get a plant coming up. And you can actually use the leaves for garlic flavor, but I want to see if they actually produce bulbs. I'm hoping. Strawberry bed, I kind of want to bring it further in a bit. I have to weed this week and bring it in just a little bit more. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to put, I don't know, that grapevine there. It's a neighbor's grapevine, but it likes to take over everything. So I'm afraid to put tomatoes there, because tomatoes and strawberries can go together pretty good. But I don't know. Not sure what to do. I'd like to eventually have my Solomon seal, which is another edible plant, go all the way across back there. And you can see it right there. This was a single stalk I bought about 3 years ago now, and it's starting to produce more and more shoots. And I want that one to spread. The only thing with eating Solomon seal is you have to be careful if you're diabetic, because it does lower blood sugar. I let the violets go because the flowers are edible, so I use those in salads. Dandelions, the whole plant's edible, and so I'll be plucking, leaves off of those. I've already cooked with some this year. I don't have enough flowers this year, I think, to make any jelly, but I kind of want to try. And I threw down some amaranth seed today and watered that. I don't know if the seed's still viable, but if I still get a couple plants, it was Love Lies Bleeding which is the one that produces the really red batches of flowers. If I get that going, then I'll have greens off that to eat. Otherwise, I have wild spinach that usually grows, and it grows over in this corner quite a bit. I don't see any coming up though. Tiny plants. I'll have to wait and then pull them if I get too many. Creeping Charlie is also edible. That is a mint. This is an edible from Germany. This is the second year it's in. It keeps coming back. A little more bitter than celery. And it's got kind of an anise flavor to it as well. It's really good, but it's an acquired taste for people. Barrel composter works fantastic, by the way, guys. All of my kitchen scraps go in here. That includes paper towel for providing fibrous material in there. How I got a can lid in there, I don't know. Let's get that out. I'll take care of that. In here, I had to fence this in because of buns. I got my dill, I got kale in here, a few kale plants. I got some romaine that has seeded a few years and keeps coming back up. But I don't know, it's getting more and more bitter, so probably gonna have to just pull it. This is new romaine that I planted. These tomato stakes here, we got them from the garden center online. We ordered them a few years ago. We have a couple sizes and they're super modular. You can just stack them and unstack them as you need be. And you see in this video, I have them kind of all over the place. I use them for everything, including supports for young trees. This is a maple that's seeded from the front yard that the city had planted, so I put him back here. There's another lilac rescue yesterday. Didn't care. This one kind of wilted, but parts of it are popping back, so I have hope. Same rescue. My catalpa is budding. I'm gonna have catalpa flowers again this year. I'm so excited. That's a big tree too. Roses, I gotta prune back some more, but I have new growth, like from the ground, brand new growth. I had to stake up so I don't mow it. These are second year plantings of hostas here too. This rose bush, I want to prune this back, but it's got new growth on that stick too. And it's like, really? You can't just make up your mind. More irises here I put in yesterday. Parsley and celery that I tried, starting in the cup of water. And once I saw roots starting to show, then I put it in the dirt. I don't know if it'll make it or not yet. Hopefully the bunnies will leave it alone. And then I got a new old mower. I have an electric mower, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. And it's just because I don't like raising my electricity bill. So I managed to find, heavier than sin, old Scott's Silent rotary mower. I have a rotary mower in the garage, but it was a new one, and everything's held together with all these random bolts, which were not very good. And you use it, and it just falls apart. And this thing is not. This thing is pretty darn solid. I'm really surprised by it, but it's heavier than all get out. But it works. I already tested some of it. So this week, either Thursday or the weekend, depending on if I work Wednesday night or not, it'll be mowing day and weeding. Lots of work. So there you go, guys. That's been my activity doing real life Minecraft. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Blessed be everybody. Have a great day.